Yo, what's poppin' gamers? Welcome back to a brand new video, and today I got a top 5 underrated Roblox FPS games for you guys. Now, I would like to mention that this is an underrated list, so things like Phantom Forces or Bad Business is not going to be within this list. I was more going for games that are getting under 500 players and that have a ton of future potential. Now, not all these games are complete. A lot of them are in alpha, and they have a long time until they're complete, but they're still a good time and a lot of fun to play. One last thing, this isn't in any type of order. I'm just throwing out the games at any number. It doesn't matter what's first or what's fifth. It doesn't matter. I'm just giving you guys a list. I try to make sure there's a game here for everybody, so hopefully you guys can find your new favorite game or find some new interesting games that you would like to try out. Number 5 spot is going to be Caliber. Now, this game is more of like a CSGO / Arsenal style of a game. There's a ton of quality to it. The animations are very nice. The weapon models are beautiful. The map design is actually really good for the game style that it is. The combat is what you would expect for a first-person shooter that doesn't have any aim down sight, except for snipers, of course. But there's some pretty cool stuff in here. Almost every single weapon has an inspect, I believe, and the inspects are pretty unique and they do look very clean. On top of that, when you get headshots, it's very satisfying. You get little kill pop-ups. Also, when you do get a headshot, it might be pretty brutal, to say the least. There really isn't much in the game for you guys to do right now, but it is a good time to hop on every once in a while and kind of just dominate if you guys are interested in that. I did have a developer tell me recently that they do have some stuff in the works for people that want more progression or just more replayability to give you a reason to get on the game. Stuff like that is coming soon. Coming in the next spot is Riot Fall. Now, this game is in early alpha and there is a ton of work to be done with this one, but it does have potential. I feel like this game does have a long ways to go, but it is still a pretty fun experience. I've been grinding the clan system. If you guys make your own clan with your friends and stuff like that, you guys might really enjoy this, and it gives you a reason to hop on every single day. But right now, I do think this game needs more time, and the biggest thing with it is in the top right-hand corner, there's a settings, and I never noticed this beforehand, but you definitely want to turn some of your graphics down. Also, play at 1 graphics on the Roblox settings as well. It doesn't really hurt quality of the game, but it's definitely needed. So make sure you guys do turn your graphics down to 1 bar, because that's what I do as well. But in the settings, you can also lower some more stuff in there, and on top of that, you might want to change your FOV because it does help with the weapon sway a lot when shooting and moving and all that. So make sure you guys do that. But this game does give you not a unique experience, but some better experiences that we've had from other games in the past, like, for example, Recoil. In my opinion, this is a better version of that game, and it actually has developers that are listening to the community and actually trying to improve their game instead of just adding content. On top of that, they have a prestige system. It is pretty difficult to get to that prestige system, but you got to go to profile, and then you got to go your stats, and then top right-hand corner, it'll say prestige, and then you enter that prestige. But like I said, this game is in early alpha, has a long ways to go for UI and gun mechanics and etc. But I do think it's still worth trying out, and it might be something that you play on a daily basis. Who knows? I know a lot of people that actually play this game pretty actively. It has like an active 300 player count. So yeah, I definitely do recommend checking it out. Next up on the list is Weaponary. Now, this game is more of like a fun, memey style of game. It's not super serious or anything. All the weapons are free to use. You can change it by the top left-hand corner. You might see some Fortnite guns in there, and I think you did it more as like a joke. This game is actually kind of fun to mess around with and kind of dominate lobbies and use whatever you want. It's a unique experience on Roblox, and it does have some FPS issues, but it runs pretty well, but it does have some FPS drops in some cases. Has a pretty cool MVP and end screen as well. I haven't made a video on this game yet because I felt it still needed some work, and I still do think it needs work, but I think it's still pretty fun to play, so that's why I went ahead and put it on this list. I think some people might find it to be fun, so hopefully you guys do enjoy this game, because personally I do like to get on. If I'm bored, I'll just hop on this and play a little bit. Don't forget, all these games will be linked in the description down below, and also I'll probably put them in the comment section. Coming at the number 2 spot is Flashpoint. Now, I'd like to mention that I am a developer for Flashpoint, but that's not why it's on this list. I do believe that this game does offer a unique experience that other players might not have experienced in other games, and that's why it's on this list. I want to try to keep a variety in the list so maybe new people can find their new favorite game. Flashpoint is in early alpha stages, so there's still a ton to be done, and everything that you guys try out or even see in this video might be changed. So to explain what Flashpoint is, it is a sandbox FPS, meaning more of like a Battlefield style game. We're going more of the arcade style Battlefield game. And the biggest thing that we are pushing is 64 players, and also we do offer 32 player servers as well. Right now we only have one Humvee in the game, but we are working on other things, for example tanks, and those will be coming soon, as well as we do have more maps in development. Flashpoint also offers a pretty extensive customization system when it comes to your weapons, as well as a big variety of weapons. But for example, here on this AK, you're able to customize your stock, your optics, your handguards, your muzzle device, your barrels, your underbarrel, your magazine, pistol grip, as well as something like your pistol, where you're able to customize your slides, your optics, your muzzles, your barrel length of the pistol, your triggers, and also your magazines. You have quite a big variety of customization when it comes to weapons, as well as you have other classes. Like I said, this is a Battlefield style, so you have your assault engineer, support, and recon. With that comes assault rifles, submachine guns, carbines, LMGs, DMRs, and also sniper rifles. So you have a pretty big variety of weapons that you can choose from, and I do think that we do offer that, and we will continue to offer that later down the road as well. But that's pretty much the explanation of Flashpoint, and I do think it's worth giving it a try. Coming at the number 1 spot is Deadline. Now this is for more of my hardcore players out there that are interested in like Escape from Tarkov level of like hardcore. So if you imagine Escape from Tarkov being replaced with Insurgency Sandstorm, that's essentially what Deadline is. The level of customization is on Escape from Tarkov level, and also the gunplay does feel more along those lines as well. Now at times it can feel a little bit more intense than those games, which hopefully he does tone that down a bit, because it is pretty intense. But other than that, it's a pretty cool experience. The customization that you can do on weapons is pretty insane, to say the least. It can be confusing at times, so hopefully it does simplify that in the future, but I don't know how you simplify so much customization like that. The map that's currently in the game is okay. I definitely think it needs more maps and better maps, in my opinion. The gunplay, when you actually get kills, it is pretty satisfying. At times, it could feel a little bit much, especially for snipers. The amount of how slow you scope, the amount of sway you have. It's essentially like your soldier that you're pretending to be as in this game has never held a weapon in his life. That's essentially what it feels like, not gonna lie. So hopefully they do improve on that. But other than that, the game is really fun. What I will say is this game is not for everybody. I just really want to point that out. Some people might not like how much you're punished in gunfight, but also some people might like that. So I do warn you guys for that. The game averages around 100 players. It can sometimes get up around to 600. I've seen it up there before, but it averages around 100, which is more than enough for a full lobby. Now, there is other games that I know about that are coming out in the future, but I can't talk about them yet, but I might do an updated list sometime in the near future. Now, there is a few more games that I know about personally, but I'm not allowed to talk about them yet. But I am excited for you guys to see those games as well. And I'll definitely do an updated list sometime down the road. But hopefully this list was helpful to help some of you guys figure out new games to play. If you have any other games that I might have missed that you think are worth a go, you can always put them in the comments down below, and maybe somebody will see a game down there and try out, and maybe they'll like it as well. But hopefully I was helpful in the long run. I really do appreciate all the support recently on the channel. Can't thank you guys enough. But I'm gonna go. Peace out.